What is up, you guys? In this episode, we're going to talk about Marshall selling to the Chinese for $1.1 billion. Stay tuned. What is up, you crazy locos? It's your boy, Luis Torres. And, interesting news with Marshall selling their bulk to a Chinese company called HSG. For me, listen, I love Marshall. I love companies that make Marshall amps better, like Splawn, like Fortin, like Cherrytone that you can't see on the side. But, I feel like if I were a Marshall, like Victoria Marshall, the music industry is where it is now. It's not 1985 anymore. It's 2025, and everyone under the sun is a billionaire, or at least that's what it seems like. So, at some point, if you are part of a company and it's done well, not to say that you foresee anything negative coming down the pike, but, at some point, do you decide, I just want out of this business? And I feel like everyone's kind of entitled to it. Jim Marshall started the business. Victoria, eventually took over the reins, which is where JVM amplifiers came from. So, you sit back and you're just like, of the $1.1 billion that they're going to be getting, part of that is paying for debt that they currently have. A part of that is going to be the inventory that they have. So the Victoria Marshall family, maybe they'll walk away with 300 million, 500 million. But then they're kind of set for life, right? Would you want to do that for your kids? I probably would, to be honest. I would just be like, dude, I'm just going to go ahead and buy myself a Lamborghini, a Porsche 911 GTS, and just call it a day, and just wait for doomsday when your time comes. But the real question is what is HSG going to be doing with Marshall? And I feel like I've spoken to enough professional artists throughout the years where a lot of them just kind of said the reason why companies like Splawn and Fortin and Cherrytone and the reason why they do so well is because Marshall never created a custom shop, right? So, you want something that's Marshall-esque, but you want it to be better because you're into metal and you want it to sound a certain way, so you get a Splawn, or you get a Fortin. So, will they even consider something like that? I mean, you can literally buy hundreds and hundreds of ESP guitars, but if you want something that is special, you're going to have to go through the ESP custom shop in Japan. So will they consider something like that? Are they going to just dilute, the heck out of the Marshall brand and make it into some tchotchke that where you're going to be able to buy Marshall amplifiers at Walmart? Because that's what a lot of companies end up doing at some point, right? Is, hey, I'm going to just dump everything to China. I'm going to walk away from it. And China's just like, we're going to start making Marshall watches and Marshall sneakers, and then sell them at Walmart, at Marshall's, and any five and dime kind of shop. So, let me know in the comments what you guys think about the situation that just came out yesterday. But more importantly, let me know what direction you think they're going to go, or what direction do you think they should totally go down? It's one thing that, not to say that the metal genre is losing steam, because it isn't, because it's interesting. I remember at one point just being like, well, no one's really buying guitars anymore. No one's really buying amplifiers. But then, all these groups, whenever they go on tour, they are part of huge tours all over Europe, all over Japan, the United States. And so the metal genre, the metal scene is there. So are you know, bands like the Grateful Dead, right? Or whatever they're called now, Dead and Company, because Lord knows they play in my town in Saratoga Springs, New York, every year, and it's a complete shit show. But you know, are people going to start buying more amplifiers? Are radio stations that kind of are at the cusp of what music is going to do well next? Are they going to be like, hey, let's start switching over and start playing more music that have a drummer, that have a bassist, you know, that whether it's metal or, you know, yacht rock, you know, anything along those lines. But, you know, what has to happen in order for a company like Marshall to break through, you know, these generational gaps, right? So, you know, I'm a Gen Xer. You know, I've been playing guitar since the 80s. I'll always play guitar. I'll always have an amplifier. You know, but someone that's born in 2000, you know, they're about 25 years old going into their 25th year. Are they buying amplifiers, or are they just like, yo, I just want to be the next big DJ and be the next Avicii, right? So it depends, you know, so let's see what happens. But again, you know, your guess is as good as mine. So leave in the comments. That way everyone kind of gets to have an idea of what people are thinking may come from this down the road. But guys, thank you so much for watching. You guys are the best. I've taken a hiatus, but what you guys don't see in the background is a giant light that I have with a small rig, giant massive battery that's powering it. I have another one here. I have another one kind of farther back. With my new videos, I've been upping my my game a bit. So I will be shooting videos with this tiny thing. So yeah, so I have a lot coming down the pike. I have the new LTD Horizon Custom. This is the new 1987 version that just came out. And this thing is a monster, so I will be making videos with this. I also have the Synergy, and Synergy amplifiers are absolutely incredible. You know, Avi, who owns the company, is great. The entire team is amazing. I ended up going out of my way and buying the, you know, I'm a big Mesa guy, so I bought the Synergy D-Rect, which is based on the dual rectifier because I'm a rectifier freak, and that thing is an absolute monster. It's as close to a dual rectifier as you will get, to the point that you still have to use a boost pedal, but that foundation is there and it's an absolute monster. And then they went ahead and sent me the new Soldano 2 module, so I'll be making a video with that. And if you guys watched one of my old videos, my boy sold me his Ran Crusher 6, so this is now officially my guitar, and it is absolutely gorgeous. It is beautiful. Mike, you are the man, and stay tuned. I'm gonna have a bunch of videos coming up soon, sooner than later. Thank you so much for watching. You guys are the best, and as usual, this guy will talk to you soon.